We got the hottest content in South Central LA. Y'all didn't catch it yesterday? We got the hottest content in South Central LA. Y'all didn't catch it yesterday? Man, we had a cold debate on who's keeping up the bullshit in LA. Y'all like and subscribe to my boy Bobby Ye channel. Check it out. Tell me what y'all think.
Well, partner, that's counter-revolutionary. Even when Spider Loke and Munchie B was fucking with each other under the Big and Back, Seeing Cool, or Kicking Cat, Being Boo podcast, they got pictures and videos of Munchie B in the background putting up the neighborhood fingers with the FU to it and throwing up C blank. So what the fuck is really going on? This is the question we gotta ask ourselves. What's really going on? How do we connect with our blood brothers, the Damu car, and start some type of reconciliation to where we don't got to deal with this type of shit, and we don't have to feel like, man, these niggas got two faces. What I'm gonna do right now, and I'm gonna let anybody can come through. If you got something of substance to say and you want to contribute, come on. But I got Pop Pizzle that's about to come on because I believe that his outlook on this may be slightly different from mine. I feel like the biggest hindrance to peace spreading throughout LA is the Damu car. Pop in the building. What's the done in there?
Hey, how you doing? Peace and blessings, brother. Can you hear me?
Blessings received and returned, my brother. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Shout out to you. Man. Like I said, I love your channel, man. You got it popping, man, and
Appreciate
you always bringing that positive energy and awareness. But with that said, I'm gonna say this, man. I think it's individualized, bro. I can't say the Bloods is the reason. I can't say the Crips is the reason. It's just individuals. It's just cancers in the community, bro. Because you got good on both sides. You got Damus and ex-Damus that want peace. You got Keyways that, active Keyways and, ex-Keyways that want peace, and the same for the Hoovers. But then we can go to the hood vlogs, and I can point out a gang Crip neighborhoods that throw fuck you to the B. They throw a middle finger through it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just back and forth, period. You got, I really shouldn't be speaking on the Hoovers, but I'm gonna speak on, from a black point of view from what I see. And you got a couple of the Hoovers on there, talking about, the end blank, for the neighborhoods. And so, some of the prison videos that they show some of these brothers that's, they got a cell phone that's going at it back and forth with certain people. So I don't want to point a finger and be biased towards a certain group of individuals or a gang, should I say? But I do believe that everybody's playing a role in it, bro. It's individuals from all sides, should I say, that's playing a role in it, bro. And then you got, you had spoke on ODM Slim. I personally don't like him. But if you want to get technical, man, that had nothing to do with the 5.5. That was the 40s. I know it, but I know it could be a neighborhood.
The situation
thing.
that had nothing to do with the Paru, so you can't be biased. You said you're not gonna be biased, but you've been biased. The Parus from Compton jumped into some shit to support a nigga from Pomona. That's not even Los Angeles. They don't even beef with the 40s. Neither one of them factions beef with the 40s.
So let's do it like this, right? Why can't we just ask them why did they get involved? Right? Why did G Uno get involved? I heard that they did a rap song together. And their whole thing was they just did the video over there. King Peel was promoting the fight. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not.
At this point in time, we're not being realistic.
Okay, well,
it's not rooted in realism. Because if me and you do a song with each other and you say, well, let's go to the 60s and go to the 60s, niggas, for what? You ain't from 60s? You associated and affiliated with the Inglewood families. Don't you mean we should go to Darby Park? And then you disrespecting the nigga in a song. Like, come on, my nigga. If we gonna be real, let's be real. And I'm talking with passion. I'm talking with passion, not aggression. So please don't misunderstand the place that I'm coming from.
Brother, we brothers, man. We go way back. It ain't gonna never be that way. You know what I'm saying? I got love for you, brother, regardless of anything. But with that said, brother, 4 Extra and somebody, I forgot the other guy, Dodie 6 made a song about them first.
Okay.
So
This
they retaliated far as they did a step up. There's no degree to consequences, bro. Like you can't say, okay, you
you
kill
can
my
pick
dog,
your
I kill your
choices, but you
cat.
can't make. You can pick your choices, but you can't pick your consequences. I agree with you
Right,
on that.
right.
And that
But
song
mhm.
that they made to disrespect King Peel, Dodie, what Dodie Six from?
He from 40s.
He from 40s. All right. Where 4 Extra from?
40s.
They homies. They ain't go get a dude from 6-0. They ain't go get a dude from Harlem. 240s made a song about a Paru troll that was using this dude's name when he was in jail and big talking about what he gonna do to him and all that. It's justified with him making a diss song against this cat. But how do G Uno, a Paru, way from Compton, jump on that track and then lend his presence into the rigmarole?
I'm gonna show you why. Because you just said it. ODM is neighborhood, right? Well. Oh,
You
you don't
can't
know
do
it
that
too. Hold on,
because
hold on,
that
no, no, no,
came
no, no, no. Let me say
afterwards. No,
something.
no,
Let me
no,
say
no, no, no,
something.
no. I know
Let me
where
say.
you're going. You
Okay.
through the
Let me say something.
alliances. They're Parus. They're Parus.
They're
So if it's
Pyrus,
two
bro.
for I understand that. They did it first. Hear me out. If a Paru from Pomona go to Compton or Bompton and grab another Paru that has nothing to do with this and take them to 40 Hood or whoever hood they was in, you made your choice. Now you can't pick your consequences. So when ODM Slim as a 5557 neighborhood jumps on the side of his peoples that he have an alliance with, you can't blame him. The Parus did it first. You
Listen,
can't fault him.
listen. At the end of the day, right? All this shit's stupid anyway. To be honest with you, it's individualized, bro. Because you got like myself, I'm an ex-Don Moose that's still loved by many, and I'm pushing peace, and I'm addressing the issue. I'm going against the grain with some of the homies because they not pushing peace, but it's camouflaged with all this other shit that they throw on me. So I don't agree with that. Like I said, I seen Main Streets on there throwing "fuck you" to the beat. Am I offended? Hell no, because I don't bang no more. But I see this. I see the ignorance in it. I see where a lot of it is tit for tat. What the Menlos just did one, and they was dissing the Hoovers. You know what I'm saying? So I don't agree with it, the Bloods is the reason. I don't.
I
Now
do. I
now
believe
if
so.
you personalize it with the bounty
Especially on the
hunters.
east side. Especially on the
Okay,
east
if
side.
you personalize it with the bounty hunters because they right there, that's something that a watch thing that's going on. But if you go to the 50s, the Peblos get along with the five trades and the five deuces, Broadways and Avalons.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of Damu hoods that that got a understanding. Should I say? I'm not gonna say they clicked up, but Inglewood families and A trades. I remember when that started. I remember when we was beefing with the A trades. And then I
And
remember when we had a ceasefire. And I
and the
remember
Inglewood
then
families don't and the Inglewood families still don't be pushing C Blank. You can go to
yeah, they
Inglewood.
do.
You
Yeah,
can
they
go to
do.
Inglewood, right? But what's the point of having an alliance if it's gonna be rooted in disrespect?
But
That
but
shit
but
is bullshit. You can go to Inglewood. You can go to the IF. You can go to Inglewood Family Hood right now, and on Stevie Walla Bean, you're gonna see C Blanks written everywhere. But y'all got a relationship with the A Trade gangsters. So how's you
I
pushing
mean,
C Blank?
but you
Come on, it
can't.
don't make no. It don't make
No,
no
no,
sense,
no,
my
no, no, no.
nigga.
See, no. The thing is the fact of the matter is, all I'm saying is I disagree, which I feel like I should have the right to. And it's debatable. And anybody can come on here and state otherwise, but I personally believe from observing, it's individualized, bro. It's certain people because you got a lot of people that's not on that. One of my best friends, well, one of my good friends that I was in prison with was from 6, and had my back, and that changed my outlook on a lot of this shit. And even though you guys as PJs, when we was in the halls, we weren't enemies, but we had a mutual understanding. You know what I'm saying? When we was growing up in the halls, I respected y'all respected me. You know what I'm saying? And we respected thugging and gangster shit. That's what we respected in all, regardless of where you was from. Even though I was across town, but at the same time, it's just individualized, bro. At the
I'm
end
gonna
of the
speak
day,
for the
man, because
answer.
you
I'm gonna speak for the
go
east
ahead.
side. On the east side, the East Coasters are leading the way with these peace movements. You know, making amends with the Broadway. Y'all know the story. So you have Crips that's actively trying to bury the hatchet, shall I say, with Bloods. But a lot of Bloods are not willing to accept the peace gesture. A lot of Bloods is declining it. They don't want to fuck with Crips. But you got Crips saying, listen, homie, this shit been going on for a minute. It's time for us to resolve this shit by way of creating some type of ceasefire, or even just opening up the dialogue to where we can move into having some type of ceasefire between our rival sets. And the Bloods,
I could point out this. Let me ask you, excuse me, sorry for that. Apologize for that. But let me chime in real quick. Okay, I was watching like a hood documentary or hood blog or whatever it was just recently of the 60s. And
the link is in the description if you want to come on. The link is in the description. Anything that you want to say, come faces and have a conversation with us. Go ahead.
I got two things to say real quick. Okay, it's like I said, it's individualized. Like I seen, the 6-0s just recently said, we got the faggots over there, and they dissed the A-trays, and they dissed the so on and so forth. Now the word faggot is a derogatory word to distinguish families. And I'm like, damn, like when I heard, I'm like, damn, like it's like that. You know what I'm saying? And I know 6-0s personally, that's cool as fuck. And I actually got a couple brothers that I did time with that's on the streets right now that's in my union that, I sometimes link up with. And these are active 60s. And I'm just, like I said, it's individualized. And I can't put that all on Bloods. Because, and then, to go a little further, a lot of people got history. Like some people have family that's been knocked down by other sides and they don't want no peace.
It's a that's just war.
Right.
And I don't mean to sound insensitive. I lost families. I lost homies. So I got to lose additional homies now, baby homies and young homies and my potential children, nieces, nephews and all that. Because I lost some homies back then. That's a casualty of war. This is what we signed up for. We was under a spell. We was hoodwinked and bamboozled. Now that we know better, we got to put certain practices into place to preserve the life of the next generations that's coming after us. Now, to speak to what you was talking about, it was the tension between the 60s and the Inglewood families had kind of slowed down. It kind of reduced. The young cat, Capone, whatever his name is, for Inglewood family went over there and did some disrespectful shit and defaced Nipsey Hussle mural. So niggas like, cuz, we been on some cool shit and this is how we repay it. Now, this is how we get repaid for being on some cool shit, from trying to relax and not be full-fledged into it and, just trying to enjoy life. They came over here and defaced the homie mural and put some disrespectful shit on a mural. Oh yeah, it's back up. It's back cracking. So we can't blame it and just highlight the 6-0s without taking into accountability some things that the Inglewood families did to get them back on that shit that they was on when y'all was on what y'all was on.
I'm just pointing that out as one example, bro. Like it ain't just, that was a big thing on the world stage. So yeah, you can easily identify with that and point that out. But it's been rivalry going back and forth, hidden stuff that don't make the news for years. Even though I've been away for a little while, they just I can't look. I really don't understand this internet shit. So I try to be careful how I speak. But it was an incident that recently just happened over there in the section that I used to be from. And there's a couple of people, it made the news. That's why I'm speaking on it. And it made the news. And these were older cats that got, according to the news, allegedly, according to the news, you can look at it, Google it, was ambushed by Crenshaw and Manchester, old cats. 5 of them shot. And just like last year. And they took one of my homeboys, older cat, probably would have gave anybody a pass. And these are old dudes that wasn't even out there pushing like that. Just having just drinks. Rest in peace to Mousy, Big Mousy. And so, it's individualized, bro. Like I'm telling you, like I'm from the street just like you, but I gotta call it for what it is.
Be a little bit more specific when you say it's individualized.
All right, it's different. It's certain people, bro. Like you mentioned Munchie B, right? I'm gonna speak on him because he's from my section. Okay, that is some mischievous, sneaky ass shit to be in the background on a neighborhood Crip podcast where his brother's taking taking, you don't like, who knows what kind of slack from other people and disrespect for having this dude on his channel, and he in the background throwing up a fuck you sign to their hood. You got people like that, disrespecting the dead. Talking about this dude B Brazy and them sister that had nothing to do with gangs. Rest that girl's soul. I'm familiar with the lanes. Used to live over there. I'm not trying to get off track, but I'm saying it's individualized. You got people like him, all right, that's pushing this bullshit. All right, and that's and on both sides. You got, I'm gonna speak on it since we're gonna get raw and uncut. You got JEFE. He ain't dissing no Bloods and Crips on the pockets from what I see, but I do see some subliminal underlining sneaky shit, which can cause some controversy.
How so?
I believe he shot another lug at me the other day. I never personally ain't denounced my hood. I be catching little shit that he say, and I be like, damn,
let's put it out there. Like, how so? We getting into it. Let's get into it. Like, you feel me? Because young and JEFE, respectfully, his content is becoming a little messy. But from what I see, I don't necessarily see him creating content that can upset the Bloods. I don't see him creating content that's disrespectful or inflammatory to the neighborhoods as a whole. I don't see that.
It's still the black community, man. If we talking about bringing the black community together, that's still a cancer in it. Explain. I want to hear your POV. Well, like I said, like he's very, very strategic on how he moves. He's like I could say something and you can't, or I'll say something, but then I'll be like, like for example, all right, I don't want to get off track. I want to stay on course, man, because I'm not trying to single him out, but I noticed he's on his podcast and he uses his podcast, to say some underhanded and sneaky shit sometimes, and I catch it, and I can't tell you every single thing because I don't study this dude, but in the midst of it happening, I catch it. I'm like, oh, that nigga, he okay. Like for example, right? Like, he says, okay, I wouldn't mind doing a podcast with a so-called enemy, but it won't. I don't care for doing it for a podcast reason or anything. I would do it to be genuine. And I'm like, this dude is always trying to play like he humble and this and that, but yet he get on there all talking about who did this and who did that, and I'm just commentating.
So messiness,
like double standard.
Basically messiness.
Double standard, bro.
And the projects we call that. In the projects we call that messiness. So is you saying that he's messy?
Hell, he ain't messy. Okay. And this is the thing. I noticed. Like I said, I got a little. I don't. Well, let me say this, bro. Like, these guys already publicly announced their allegiance with this dude Munchie. Everybody know me and Munchie don't see eye to eye. So when these dudes do little sneak diss and shit, because these niggas don't know me, just like I pretty, really much don't know them except Munchie, right? But the thing is they take it, they going off of this dude and what he's saying, and they involving themselves in shit that they shouldn't be involving themselves in, because I'm not a bad dude, actually. I'm actually a cool ass dude, but the poison is there. So now we at odds, because y'all allegiance is to this dude that y'all really don't fucking even know. So it's individualized, like I said. And I was saying earlier, when Cartoon got on there and was like, man, fuck all this dumbass shit. We need to come together as a black community. In a nutshell, that's what he was saying. And I agree with him. But however, we have cancers that are Crips. We have cancers that are Bloods. You know what I'm saying? And until we address those and really, bring that to the head and press on that, then, it's gonna be an uphill battle, man. At the end of the day, that's what it is. So I disagree with it's just Bloods. Now, for the majority, I mean, you got, I don't know, man. I disagree with that. I think it's individualized. Like I said, it's a lot of underhanded shit. It's a lot of trauma and bad history with people, even in internal wars within hoods. And I just think it's real. It's just all fucked up. Is it salvageable? Shit, it's gonna take a lot of the leaders to come together, including them, because in some sort of fashion they can lead. but they using they platforms to mislead, bro.
Right. I am going to stand firm on what I said. I believe that the biggest hindrance to peace spreading and reaching different parts of Los Angeles is the Blood's inability or unwillingness to join, or not necessarily join, but I don't want to say ceasefire, I don't want to say peace treaty, but reduce the tension in between Crip sets. Because
let me say one more thing.
Crips is doing it on the east side right now.
One more thing. You got Firebug from Inglewood Family and Nipsey Hussle taking a picture. I know Firebug personally. Regardless of what, let me say something real quick. Regardless of what ODM Slim said about, that nigga said don't associate him with the hood and this and that. He got on there and try to defame me and speak bad on me and all that shit. He's like, he tried to like ODM Slim. He on one of his channels, he got on there and he was like, man, I talked to Firebug. He said don't associate that nigga talking about me, referring to me. That's what he said that Firebug said. I'm making an example. All I'm doing is showing you something. He said, that nigga said, you know what I'm saying? And that's what he does. He's another messy clown. And he got on there saying, that Firebug, I got his number personally. He said, who got your number? Me, you or him? So referring to me and him having his number. And he's like, don't hit to that. Don't associate him with my hood. That nigga's a some buster, right? Or whatever, right? Yeah. Now, that's what ODM said. And I sat back, I was like, wow, Firebug could really say that about me? Like, if he did. And I'm thinking about this, right? And I know Firebug personally, because I was the same. Let me calm myself down real quick. I was the same person. Because it's like, if he said that shit, like bro, like I got respect for dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I just want to choose my words wisely, because I got to be careful of these internets, man. Because it's just not a cool place to just say certain things. But bro, I was the same young homie at them lowrider shops with y'all. And I'm saying something in so many ways that the intelligent ones can understand what I'm saying. I'm not speaking in codes at a lowrider shop. My homies actually owned a couple lowrider shops in the hood, and when things occur, homies, and my face was one of them faces there, bro. And you see my face multiple times when it was time to, wear certain hats and shit and certain jackets. So for you to say something like that, I'm appalled, homie. I'm appalled if you told that dude that shit. And I am, because man, we all, man, me, Firebug, all them dudes in that caliber, we all the same caliber, bro. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Ever forget that. And I'm not playing. I'm not trying to make myself seem like I'm not. But them dudes can't go to the grave and look you in your face and say I wasn't. And so for the little crunchy bunchy motherfucker to get on there and try to, I don't want to. Forgive me, brother. I'm just passionate about, it's like this the motherfucking thanks a nigga get. Some motherfucking thanks,
man. I'm not talking about PEACE. I'm talking about PIECE.
Right,
so speak your piece, brother.
No, this is just the thanks a motherfucker get, right? And it's like, dude, the shit that I've been through and seen and that been a part of in my life and that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? To be disrespected on this degree, and to be and the motherfuckers is like, brother, how dare you? And like I told you before, there's no. So I'm pushing peace. I'm somebody over there that's from over there that is loved by many, and I'm pushing peace, bro. I got love for a lot of block cribs. I had a look, when I was really in my active day, I brought a legend crib to the table in Folsom, and the homies was mad, and I didn't care. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I brought Papa Squally and Slowpoke from A-Tray Gangsters, and this they G homies from the 80s. And I'm gonna repeat it again. Papa Squally and Slowpoke, which is Reptables from A-Tray Gangsters. You talking about triple OGs. Brought them to the Dabu area in Old Folsom. And the homies just say nothing to me. And I told the homies, hey Trey, y'all can hang out over here and play dominoes and these gangsters over here too.
Hey, you know this guy named something like Clout?
I ain't never heard of something Cloud.
All right, for sure. All right, continue, brother. Because
Yeah.
he's throwing the words at you, dude. You know what I mean? But for sure.
Yeah, it's a lot of phonies on here, man. I'm gonna say it like this, man. I'm for peace. I'm for peace, bro. And I don't even care if a nigga Crip or Hoover or nothing, man. Hey, man, I'm standing on righteousness, man. That's what I'm pushing, man. You know, if a motherfucker coming towards me with any kind of, and I'm speaking, I'm not a Damu anymore, but I'm kind of like being an advocate for them in somewhat because I'm familiar with that side. Look at Skip Townsend, he trying to push peace. Ex Damu. It's a lot of Damus out here, you know that is. And
Hey,
I'm gonna say,
we're just real quick. Spirit Wonder, yes, a non-affiliate can chime in because the way that I perceive this, when things befall the black community, are not the non-affiliates affected as well? When poverty-stricken conditions are perpetuated in our communities, are not the non-affiliates affected as well? So hell yeah, if you want to just continue to talk in the chat, that's cool too. But if you want to actually jump on, you can jump on, brother, because this is a think tank that has to be comprised of affiliates and non-affiliates is the same. Are you a black man? Motherfucking right, you's a black man. So if you choose to, then jump your ass in the motherfucking square, brother. I mean it respectfully. Continue, brother.
no, that's pretty much it. But I mean, I'm ready for somebody else to hop in here and pose a question and or make a statement what they feel. You know.
I'll ask you a question to keep you talking. Watch this. Master of Communications, certified Mac. So basically, brother, what you're saying is one man can be bigger than the program. Do you believe that? One man can be bigger than the program?
Hell no, one man.
So how is it individuals? How is it individuals and not a collective that's saying, no, we ain't fucking with them niggas? Because
okay, watch this. So I'm in the LA County jail. And I don't really want to say no names to this brother ain't here with us anymore. But I'm gonna just throw a hint at you. He was one of the dudes that Little Munchie did a podcast on. So y'all go back and do your homework on that. But
see,
I'm in the county jail.
That ain't cool. See, we didn't have conversations.
No. I'm not shooting nothing at him. I never said anything bad about him. I'm just gonna tell a story what happened. But I'm
Spirit
just,
Wonder, I got you. Hold on, I apologize, Papa. I want you to finish. Spirit Wonder, we about to bring you on as soon as he complete his thought, and matter of fact, we gonna bring you on, but just be respectful to the brother and let him finish expressing.
Well, what I was saying was, I was in the county jail and found a 5,000 floor. I don't know what the 5,000 floor is now, but in 2000 and I think 7 or 8, no, 2009. It was 2010. 2010, I was on the 5,000 floor. I think it was on 5,500 or something. And old boy was up there and he tried to get at me. He dissed the A-Tray gangsters. And this is a dude from my neighborhood. He was like, nigga, why you telling the homie, why you telling niggas on the street that we fuck with and he dissed the T word. He dissed the A-Trays. He dissed the T word. And I was like, and I didn't like how he got at me. I'm like, dude, what you mean, homie? We fuck with the Trays. He was like, blood, we ain't know. And he dissed the C. I knocked him out. Put him down. And I think the dude name is Rock from 2 P's and a B. He tried to grab him. Blood, that's your homie. That's your homie. But I didn't tolerate disrespect. Because I fuck with the A-Trays. So it was individualized. I had homies in my hood that didn't agree with it. That gang real quick. I'm in the A-Tray gangsters. Since Ant want to sneak diss me, I'm in the A-Tray gangsters on Normandy and motherfucking Manchester. I'm at the donut shop with Batch. You know what I'm saying? Hanging out. I got history with a lot of them A-Trays. But one day, one of his homies came out and he was arguing with his homie. And at the end of the argument, he was like, at the time I had my little thizang on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't stupid, but I had my little thizang on me. And at the end of the argument, he was like, oh yeah, all right, cuz. But by the way, that's the homie Popeye from Inglewood family. He said, thank you for warning me. Thank you for warning me. I looked at him like, damn, like that. He was like, you got bloods in the hood now? So it's individualized. And I looked at it like damn, like that. I mean, I thought it was good over here. And he's like, it is, cuz, don't worry about the homie. I'm like, man, I could do my thing. Like, nah, you can't get on the homie, bro. I was like, man, but I ain't finna, you know. But anyway, my point is I experienced it.
I want to talk to my gangbanger family. You make it very difficult for me. Go ahead, say that. Go ahead. In the 60s, we knew who the enemy was. But in 2007, you're the enemy. It's black people killing black people. Black people robbing black people. Black people raping black people. I'm talking to you. Go ahead. You gangbangers know the principle of retaliation, but you are retaliating on the cheapest of principles. You are not retaliating because of oppression, injustice. You're retaliating because you don't like the color that your brother is wearing. You don't like the gang that he's a part of. You don't like the area of the city that he comes from. And he may be encroaching upon your drug market. So you retaliate. We are not talking about that. And I cannot call for retaliation in matters of the slain when you have become the #1 slayers of yourself and your own people.